Libra, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if there's more than one energy apparent to you on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit, right? Do keep in mind it's about your collective reading, not a them or they, but yes, sometimes a them or they pops up. After all, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which is normal. Frustrating, but normal. Check your other placements if that's the case. Show me Libra, show me Libra, show me Libra, show me Libra. Show me Libra. Ho-ho, Six of Swords, crossing Three of Swords, surrounding you, above you, influencing you, you. Queen of Swords. In your past, King of Swords, strong sense of self, both in present day and in the past. Exiting the Page of Pentacles, or I say for some reason it looked like a 4 upside down. I have no idea why. Page of Pentacles. Before you, in the future, King of Cups, fullness of heart. It seems to be miles better from where you were. Okay. Your strengths, Ten of Cups, emotional cohesiveness, your environment, Four of Pentacles. There it is. I knew I was going to see it. Okay. Hopes and fears, the moon. You're not the first person to show me that. The outcome is the sun. Okay. Okay. Guys, I see you in the process of leaving something behind because, frankly, it seems painful. Three of Swords. It's still with you, so you're still in the process of moving away from it. You have strong motivation to do so. It hurts. What surrounds you at all times is a Queen of Swords, strong sense of self, the ability to make decisions, to see things for what they are and not what you wish they'd be, making decisions accordingly. Same is true for your past, King of Swords. Okay. What's exiting a Page of Pentacles? Some sort of small investment that no longer seems to be valid or you're no longer interested in. Before you, in your future, King of Cups. Whoa. Quite the shift in emotional energy there. There you go. Can't wait to see that. Ten of Cups. Your strengths. You prize emotional connectivity. A tight emotional circle. People who actually matter in your life. That's what you care to cultivate and maintain good emotional balances with. Do you have a healthy support system? Okay, this is your strength. You're saying you understand, appreciate, and value emotional connectivity. Okay, with the right people. Family, friends, spouses, kids, whatever it is. Those who are important, the most important in your life. Four of Pentacles in your environment, holding back, refraining, should make some sort of conservative effort. We'll see. Hopes and fears, the moon. Like I said, you're not the first sign to show me that. The moon in hopes and fears is incredibly reasonable. It just kind of depends on what's in there. The sun is the outcome, happiness. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Show me that Six of Swords. Show me that Six of Swords, please. The Star. Queen of Wands. Ten of Wands. You're not just showing me what you're leaving behind, you're also telling me what you hope to aim yourself towards. You're saying it's really hard to leave whatever this is behind, but it's something that you have to do. You don't expect other people to understand. You're saying you're following a vision that makes sense to you. Okay. The Star, the Queen of Wands, your energy says it's hard. The admission here is hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to leave this behind. I don't know what it is. We'll probably see with that Three of Swords here in a minute. He's saying it's hard, but I'd rather put this level of energy into something that's important to me, the Star, than to continue to put my energy into something that I no longer feel so inclined to, so motivated to, or inspired to. You're saying I have to go my own way. And you mean it. And you admit it won't be easy. You're saying whatever it is you're leaving behind is not going to be easy. But it's time to part ways with it and kind of aim for yourself, whatever your highest desires are with the Star. I really don't know what it is, but you would. You're in that process or you're not. You're saying I have to abide by my own laws and principles of what feels right, and I'm determined to do this. I have the passion for it. I have the energy for it. It's like I've been preparing myself for this for a long time, and it's time I parted ways with whatever this is in order to pursue that Star, that vision. But you also admit it won't be easy. You're in the process of doing this now. Let's see that Three of Swords, please. Show that Three of Swords. an ache for what you're leaving behind and an ache to enter what's right for you. It's normal. Let's see that Three of Swords. You know that kind of ache. You ever, have you ever gone back to the places where you used to live? Not to reminisce, but just kind of see how far you've come. It's kind of like that. It's a weird sort of ache that's hard to define. For the past that was, and for the future that it isn't. It's a really weird sort of ache. But that's what that energy is that you're showing me. Looking back, I no longer see myself in that. But I like to know where I came from. That way I know where I'm going. It's like you're caught in those kind of crossroads, you know what I mean? Let's see that Three of Swords. It's an ache for a future I don't think you've defined for yourself yet. Death, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Cups. Something that no longer comes together for you was the premise for this. I see you trying to, or you tried to connect to something over and over again and show it enthusiasm and warmth and love, and you just couldn't keep doing it anymore. When you recognize that, it kind of sets you free. And when you let this go, it freed you in ways that I don't think you understood at the time. You relinquishing it, it is kind of low functioning. It's not a judgment on my part about what or who you were connecting with, but it was low functioning in nature. Three Swords, Three Cups, Knight of Wands. That's the kind of thing you can have with anybody. It feels good in the moment, but it doesn't sustain, right? So like I said, whatever that was that you used, death is here, just so we're all clear on that. In your process of moving forward, no matter how hard it was, I can tell you it's miles more than where you came from. So again, this is kind of like if you've ever had humble beginnings, okay? You know that feeling where you go back to that story and you look at it, you go back to that old house that you outgrew and you no longer identify with, just to look at it. It's kind of low functioning, but it served a purpose, but it doesn't anymore. And then you can kind of reflect and go, God, is that where I came from? Look how much I've grown. And look how much more I've yet to do. That's kind of where you are. And it's actually a beautiful kind of place. So while I know that there was sadness in this, I can say it was low functioning. But at the time, you probably thought it was exciting or thrilling or sexy or fun. Flirtatious. Maybe you even had hopes it would go somewhere one day. But it didn't. That's what I mean, that you can look back on it now and see how far you've come and where it is you have yet to be. You gave this up, you started making plans to aim higher, to feel more. Something that a Three of Cups and a Knight of Wands and a Three of Swords can't sustain. Big vision, big desires, and the ability to do it, to create it. That means giving up small things that you participated in or you thought was the bee's knees at the time. Turns out that was the tip of the iceberg. Okay. Let's see that Queen of Swords. The Hermit, Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups. There you are having a mature talk with yourself. You know, really consolidating difficult feelings, worn out feelings, tired feelings, exhausted feelings about options and fragmented emotions and why they're a little bit here and there. And you're like, it all amounted to a hill of beans. Christina, that's what it amounted to. You're intellectualizing it, but I understand why. You're intellectualizing your pain, which is real. And it's true and it's valid. You're saying the Seven of Cups, my emotions being here and there, fantasy, confusion, 10% this, 20% that. You're saying it didn't amount to nothing. Eight of Cups. I still walked away from it. Because no matter how much you add up those Seven of Cups, they can't go beyond 7. Until you realize how dissatisfied you are with it. And then you add a new cup, which becomes 8. If you were at a 9, you probably would have stopped. But you didn't get to 9, did you? When you realize how dissatisfying options in love are, when you realize how dissatisfying emotional fragmentation is, I feel a little bit of this, I feel a little bit of that, you realize you're exhausted, and that creates cup number 8. when you realize this isn't as fun as you might think it is. And feeling a little of this and a little of that, it might feel exciting at the time, but it's not anchoring. And that Eight of Cups is created. You're over it. Hey, you learned from it. You see it for what it is now. You see it for what it is. You don't dispute the facts. You got it. You've healed it. Okay? I thought I was going to go ahead and skip that King of Swords, actually. No, I'm not. I'm going to take a look at him. I want to see what it is you knew in the past, because what you know now is solid, and it's a reflection of where you came from. It is not a reflection of where you're going. But it's a good background for what led you up to your current momentum. But I do want to see what your past thoughts were. Because if this is what's with you now, what did you know back then? King of Swords. Let's take a look at that. Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, the Fool. What you knew in the past is that you were actually incredibly comfortable. And because you felt good about you, you felt like you could afford to be a little foolish. In other words, whatever decisions you made in the past were coming from an honest place. You really honestly felt you could afford to be a little foolish. You said you were grounded. You're smart. You're a tough cookie. You could open up to a little bit of a beginning there. You said, just be cool. Temperance. It's all right if I have a little fun. In other words, whatever it is you opened up to in the past, you did so consciously because you thought it was okay. You did. I don't think you knew the journey it was going to take you on. Okay? There was no ill will in you when you took off on your journey. You were actually well-tempered, intelligent, solid. Whatever it is you took off towards in the past, I see where it led you. So all I can do is confirm that you had no ill will in you. You were literally the definition of being open-minded and kind. There was no poor intent in there. It was a good journey then. It taught you a lot. When I see things like this, these loose connectivities that don't work out, but you showed me a solid background for how you entered it, I know you meant no ill will. You thought you were coming from a good place. Clean slate, open spirit, open mind. That you wouldn't lose your head. Page of Pentacles, there's something here you no longer invest in. I think we already know what it is. In the future, King of Cups. It shaped you quite a bit. It shaped you quite a bit. I will say this. It gave you a good, solid lesson in emotional dissatisfaction, even though at the time when you were actually engaging with it, it presented as fun. But it gave you a really strong insight on emotional dissatisfaction. But you can honestly say you tried to open towards it for the right reasons. It felt good to you, and it felt like an opportunity to heal wounds or whatever. That you were in a good place. So, okay. Judgment, Six of Cups, Five of Wands. It's interesting. I don't know where the choice is coming from. I honestly don't know. Six of Cups is attached to Judgment. It could be either person. There is an opportunity here to make amends with somebody. I don't know who it is. I don't presume it's the same person whom you exited with. I don't presume that. It could be a completely different story. Completely different connection. King of Cups is here. It seems to be evoking some very strong heart space in you. A fullness of heart. Unlike your sword energy, which says I'm very thoughtful about who I am and what I've learned. This is actually provoking your heart space quite a bit. Judgment, Six of Cups, Five of Wands. In this opportunity to soothe things with somebody, it's the opportunity to soothe any sorts of aggression or anger or old arguments. It's coming up soon. It's somebody's choice. It's either yours or theirs. I do not know who is who. I just know your response is an honest heart. I can honestly say I can respond to this because I recognize my love in it. And the maturity of my heart is so much bigger than any pre-existing arguments I had with them. I agree with you. Some connections, you just know that straight away. It's not you know it, you feel it. You just feel it straight away. You may not have seen the approach. You may not have seen the opportunity for a second chance here with Judgment. But when it presents itself, you're like, I know I'm going to do it. I feel it. I have a mature enough heart to understand that. You know? But yeah, it's an opportunity to soothe and heal old wounds, bare minimum, with a soul bond. Someone whom you've known a long time and you have a unique shared emotional structure and spiritual structure with. Again, I do not presume that it's the same thing that you identified as being frivolous, fun. Perhaps it went too far because you pulled back from it and said, ow, this hurts. And it's ridiculous, and that's just not where I'm at. I've come so far. And my dreams and my desires and my drives are so much bigger than whatever that is. It taught you a lot, and I can honestly say that when you opened up towards it, you might see it as being naive, but I see it as coming from a good, clean, honest place in you. You really took what looked like a healthy chance on this because you didn't see anything wrong with it. You really didn't. So that aside, I actually don't know what this represents. Could be the same person. Could be another connection altogether. I just know it's your opportunity to express love towards it, forgiveness. And who is seeking it out, I couldn't say. But you will. It's coming up for you. I see you being very gentle with it. It's like a firm lovingness that you would expect from a King of Cups. But you do want to sort things with them, I believe. Okay. Ten of Cups. You take strength and your emotional circles, like I said. Family, friends, dependents, you name it. Spouses, anything. Anything could be in that Ten of Cups. The point is it's supposed to support you the way you would support it and that kind of thing. Okay? Let's see that Ten of Cups, please. Page of Wands. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, Death. Okay. Okay. I see you removing some things from your intimate circles that have been proven to be blockages. Okay, whatever that is to you. There are some things you just will not tolerate in your intimate circles, and you're removing them. Okay? You're not having it. You're not having it. I don't know. What is that, protection? Death, Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands. You're reducing anything that doesn't matter. It's broken. Or it could poorly affect your inner circle. You're saying you're not having it. So you'll be removing those things. Before it has a chance to hurt those that you care about, you will be removing them. Anything that feels even mildly threatening, you won't have it or you won't tolerate it. Something like that. You would rather cut it out before it has a chance to impact others. Okay, I respect that. You might have some strong Scorpio in your chart because when it comes to your emotional self, you're saying, I know what to open up towards and fix, and I know what to eliminate immediately. So you're showing me emotional protectiveness around that which matters to you the most. That's a very strong instinct you have. Okay? Make your decisions accordingly and stand by them. There you go. Know who to open up to and make peace with, and know what to close off. Those two go hand in hand, right? You know, protection runs both ways. I can protect this and engage in it, or I can protect other things and eliminate other factors. You know, but there's something here about I will not allow Five of Pentacles to touch my Ten of Cups. You know, if it poses a threat to me or my family, it's out. There you go. You will not tolerate failure. Something like that. FYI, if I don't know what the reasons are, I can't really tell you, but just in case. Okay? I'm a just in case type of person. Anybody asks for money? I mean, that's a very private decision. It's a very private decision. And it can go or seem contrary to protecting your inner circle. But then, if it's a threat to your inner circle, you still have an obligation to protect it. So I'm just saying that includes your personal resources. Just in case it comes up. I see a little inquiry here about that. I think the best advice there is no. Okay. That would also explain Four of Pentacles in your environment, where you're showing me that you lean towards conserving your resources. Okay, let's take a look at that Four of Pentacles. Five of Wands, the Star, the Queen of Wands. Okay. Yeah, okay. You're showing me a cautious nature towards big dreams. You're very selective about who you work things out with and why. Okay. Some you help, others you don't. You have what looks like a very strict list or criteria of what it is you will and will not do. I agree. Okay. Going back to this Five of Wands over here. The Star, Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles. You are showing me a conscious, conservative effort to work things out with somebody. You're not putting too much of yourself into this. You don't deny that it means a lot to you. Your heart responded to it almost immediately, but when it comes to real world function, 3D energy, we're talking time, energy, and effort spent, not just how you feel about it. From a very mature space, I grant you. But when it comes down to your 3D reality, you're like, I am prepared to give this so much. Yes, I want to ease the tensions between us. It would actually mean a lot to me with the Star. However, just don't be prepared for all my best energy for this. I will give to this when I can. Four of Pentacles. Don't expect my immediate upfront demands or attentions at all time. You don't get to do that. You're showing me a very strong sense of we're on my time now, not yours. I respect that in many ways because you have to know what's worth your time, energy, and effort. And you already kind of told me you have an idea of how that goes down in your everyday life. You protect what matters and you engage with what matters as well. But you're saying don't expect everything at one time. So it is a conservative effort to knock down the tension between yourself and someone who's very important to you. But it has to be done at a certain pace. Not giving too much or too little. I think you're trying to find your workable medium with whatever this is, or whomever this is, I should say. It is important to you, don't deny that. You made that very clear to me, but you're also saying not everything at once. Okay? Okay. Because you still believe in this Star, you do. And it actually means a lot to you in terms of hope and desirability. Your Queen of Wands came out for this, which I saw back here. As you move on in the Star, you hope that they will cooperate with that vision too. But you're also saying there are things that I'm doing that are equally important to me and that in fact are bigger than this that takes up a lot of my time. I don't know how helpful this is. I'm sorry, it's so vague. You clearly have a part to play in many people's lives, and you're trying to maintain a sense of priority to the self above all. But I also see people clearly encroaching upon your time. Some it's out of safety, priority, protection. Others you want to mend bridges with while you are trying to aim for something higher personally. So I'm seeing you having to navigate time, energy, and effort, attention, here versus priority versus I need to get back to my goals too. So that's a lot. Your opening was interesting because it was specific to one situation, and then it disbanded. And in your dedication to aim for something so much higher, it sometimes feels like you're pulled back several steps to reincorporate other folks who have dropped off, or they want a say, or they want to be considered while you're on your very important journey. I understand that. And there's times you must circle back to people who are clearly in your life and they're important to you, called family, friends, dependents. Okay. But there's one energy here that you struggle with as you try to find your star and navigate what's important to you in your life path. You're struggling to find ways to incorporate this person. Because it's like you're not actually part of my star, but I'm not trying to neglect you either. I'm trying to give you something of myself, but you're not exactly at the forefront of my life. So this is what seems to drag you back. And while you love it and you do care about it, you're saying you're not the center of my world. Because the argument is still there. The soothing principle has not taken effect. And the only thing I can think of is because Libra is trying to be Libra and lead Libra's life, which was inspired after exiting whichever that is. And so while I understand and appreciate that this soul bond is important to you, they're not the main show. And every time they demand a little bit more of your time, energy, attention, effort, and possibly even money, it takes you back several paces. You seem to draw the line with this person when it comes to personal resources, as in money. I understand. And you do seem to care about them a great deal. I hate that I want you to make more progress in your goals. And it's hard to do that when somebody keeps saying, hey, me, hey, me, hey, me. I want to refer you back to some very critical lessons that you learned about this, what I would say, frivolous connection. Again, not trying to demean it or minimize your experience in it. I'm sure at the time it felt intense, but it doesn't anymore. It exhausted you. I want you to reaffirm your lessons here about opening up towards someone in good faith and goodwill, and how it led you to burnout. And on the surface, though, it looks so easy. But do you see how it led you to burnout? I want you to take this lesson, there's a reason they're showing it to me, and apply it to the Six of Cups. Now, I know soul bonds hit different. I know. You tend to overgive to soul bonds, but they tend to be the biggest pushers and prodders of lessons learned. Okay? Just FYI. For whatever it is, this connection, honey, needs a lot of soothing, and you don't have that kind of time to devote to the soothing of this connection. You love it, you care about it, but you're like, I can't, whatever you're asking me, you're not asking the right things. You want time, energy, attention, and effort instead of focusing on the quality that I am trying to give you, because I still have to proceed in my direction. That doesn't include you. You're not in my life like that. And I know you want to be more included, but we still haven't soothed over or completely healed over our old conflict either. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's see that moon, please. Hopes and fears, hopes and fears. Let's see that moon, please, and the hopes and fears. They're wanting you to apply the lessons of this to this. It still applies to this person's soul bond or not, honey. Okay. Burnout for a situation or a person is real. And they're still showing me temper tantrums despite your efforts. Saying it's not enough effort. So that means they're not honoring the direction of the majority of your energy and what it's trying to do. So it seems to me they do need less, not more. If they cannot respect what you're giving them to work with already, that's already a problem. Four of Swords, Ten of Swords, Two of Wands. Thank you. I think that got more to the point than I did. Thank you, Spirit. In your hopes and fears, is there a point to this? Because let's just, I was thinking it, you were thinking it, we were all thinking it. We were all thinking it, so let's just admit we were all thinking it. 'Cause that was my moon for this situation. It's easy for me to kind of relay back to you what happened with a low-level connection. 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords. Not, ooh, it's sexy, but it's disappointing. And that went on for however long that went on. It's another thing for me to start advising you for a 6 of Cups that's important to you clearly. It's your opportunity to make peace with it. But they're not satisfied with what you're giving them. They're not even working with what they are. They want more. And you're like, I'm trying to devote my resources to this other thing that's not for you. It's for me. You want me to include you. You can't even handle the kind of healing I am giving you. You understand? So I was thinking it, and so were you. The 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Is there even a point to fixing this? Because it looks like it's going to end up the same way. Part of you kind of hopes it does. That way you can completely devote yourself to this star that's clearly important to you. I don't know if they want to attach their name to it or if they just desperately want you to include them. Don't forget me. I don't know. Maybe they see it as proof of your peace if you include them in this. And it's like, that's not how that works. How you and I operate and heal is between us. It has nothing to do with you, including you in my plans. These are my plans, mind you. I worked for them. I aimed for them. I detached myself from low-level, non-operating other things in order to achieve these other plans. It had nothing to do with you. So if you can't work with the piece I'm trying to give you, nothing's going to work with you at all. So again, under your moon, low-key, real talk, you're kind of hoping that it doesn't work out. And I can kind of see why. They don't seem to be satisfied with what it is you do give them to work with. They're still not showing me a soothing effect, even though you care for them deeply. And they're saying it as a matter of distrust that you're not including me on your new plan. Whatever it is, I don't know, but they're saying it's not enough. Why aren't you including me? Why aren't you giving more? Because it's not yours. I was already working on towards this before you and I, whoever it is, reached out. What a waste of a judgment if they were still going to have an attitude after that. I mean, really. So it makes me wonder if it was your judgment to try to reach out to them. Now you kind of wished you hadn't. Regardless, 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 2 of Wands, you're thinking it, so am I. I mean, is this just better left undone? This may not be the ideal time to heal with this person or situation because they want more. And they're not in the space from where they haven't earned more. They're still arguing with you about old shit. I don't know. Let's see the sun, please. Let's see that sun. Let's see that sun, please. Let's see that sun. You've got a dream burning inside you. And if you already have family and friends and dependents that you have to incorporate into your plans, that's already difficult enough. Never mind somebody who's like saying, I need more, I need more. What? We were supposed to make up, Libra? That doesn't mean I give you carte blanche into my life and that you just get to dip in and out whenever you want or access whatever you want whenever you want or take whatever you want whenever you want. That's not how this works. Trying to make peace with you. Because I do care about you. I do. I've known you forever, but you're making it really hard for me to care about you right now. So again, they're pointing you back to that lesson right there. The Sun, Wheel of Fortune, the Knights of Pentacles, the Knights of Cups. Despite whatever happens here, I think we know how that moon's going to play out. This may not be the time to try to bridge the gap with this person. It doesn't seem to be any more peaceful or cooperative, despite the olive branch there. They just want more, honey. They're like the fishmonger's wife. They just want more. And your outcome is the Sun. Are you on a course for happiness? Absolutely. It's going to take a little more time with the Wheel of Fortune, but you already knew that. That's why you told me it was hard. You already have people that depend upon you and rely upon you to make good decisions. And you're trying to also simultaneously make good decisions for you. That's a lot of weight and responsibility to bear. Remember that. I feel like you don't have a defender in here. I feel like you don't have a partner. I don't feel like you have a co-pilot. I feel like you're doing this all on your own. And you have to be very discerning about who you allow into your life. Otherwise, there'll be time wasters. People who want to attach themselves to your dream. And if they're a soul bond, it's that much worse because then you have the task of saying, I tried with you. I really did. And now I see it's a wasted effort. Don't lose sight of your personal dreams, because you also have, you take pride in your emotional, and you're very protective of it. Okay? And don't give away your resources. Do not. I'm sorry. After what I've seen today, I think the answer to that is no. That's up to you, though. It's a personal decision. The Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. You are headed in that position of the sun. You are. And you feel it too. You do. Keep going in this state, even though it's slow. You are making your dreams come true, and that's no easy thing when you're on your own doing this. Okay. I don't see a defender around you. I really don't. I see you having to constantly navigate multiple people, plus on top of that, maintain your own goals on your terms. There's no other way you can do this. You have to maintain your goals on your terms, honey. Otherwise, people will vulture your resources. People will vulture your time, energy, and effort if they think you're just going to give it away. That's why you're showing me such high levels of protectiveness about what it is that you do have. And you're still trying to, bless you, still trying to aim yourself accordingly to something higher. Please do not allow whatever this is to put there. Just because you're soulbound is no excuse. It's no excuse. In fact, they're typically our biggest lessons about making excuses for ourselves and others. Make that your refresher course. Yes, continue on. What you do with this is on your private time. That's on your dime. Okay? I think you already know. Maybe circle back to that later. Maybe don't pick up the phone or reply to that email real quick, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just let that rest until you make more progress in what's important to you, while maintaining your family status as well. That's enough to be getting on with for anybody. All right. You're on that way, honey. I promise you. You are. I don't see a defender. I don't see a protector, and I don't see a supporter. This is all you, honey. And if you are indeed that solo Libra doing all this, all the more reason. I know you extended this, or somebody extended that. I think it was you extended this in good faith. And I'm sorry that they're not mature enough to understand or appreciate it. They just keep saying, why aren't you giving me more? Because you haven't earned it. I was trying to give you the opportunity to earn it, and apparently that's not the case. Okay. We have the medallion of Cancer, but the key word for them, imaginative, came up. But yes, oh good God, everybody. Why? Why do I do this? C-L-U, the seashell. Cancerian energy, once more. Goldfish, Piscean energy. Water here today. Dog with the bone, anxiety. It was actually in reverse. You don't want to think about this anymore. So perhaps ignore the little messages. Okay? And then snowflake, sign of Scorpio. Like I said, you might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. And then winter might be very important for you for some reason. Okay? I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Good luck. Be well.